Good evening, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Odin Rathnam, and this is the channel called Defining Virtuosity, a series of tutorials and discussions on all things related to violin technique and musicianship. I want to start off this evening by addressing a concern that I think many of us have when exploring the vast ocean of information available on online media, YouTube, Facebook, etc., as far as violin teaching is concerned. And what I'd like to focus on, rather than criticizing any other teachers, because I don't think that accomplishes anything, but instead to share with my students and some of you what my thoughts are for navigating. I believe curiosity is very important, and take a look at everything that's out there. When you do, there are some factors that might play into whether or not you think you should subscribe to the recommendations of what someone is teaching on YouTube or any other platform. I think the most important thing is very common sense, and it is what I base all of my teaching on and how I apply Galamian principles in percentages rather than dogmatically. I think we should think always in terms of comfort and result. If something that's taught by anyone helps you achieve a better artistic result and you're comfortable, then there's a good chance it's good teaching. And if those two are not met, the possibilities are that you've either misunderstood it somehow or that it's not something to be following. I also think credentials are important. Knowing where the teacher that's giving this information studied, learned, what their own personal experience was, etc., etc. To give a little background on my own experience, I was accepted at the pre-college division at Juilliard in 1977 at the age of 11, and went there all through pre-college and first couple of years of college. Then I transferred briefly to Mannes College of Music, which had a very strong ear training and theory department that I was very grateful for, and went back and got 2 degrees from Juilliard. After that, I was concertmaster of about 8 regional orchestras up and down the East Coast until I won my post at Harrisburg in 1991. And I stayed as concertmaster of the Harrisburg Symphony for 21 years, during which time I also founded the well-known chamber ensemble Concertante, and made several recordings with them and played with them for 7 years. In 2012, I left the orchestral world to focus on chamber music and solo engagements and on teaching. And that included a new appointment as the director of the Academia de Verão in Portugal and of the Silkeborg Classic Festival in Silkeborg, Denmark, where I taught with my close colleague and former student, a Danish conductor named Christian Herboff Meyer, who you'll be hearing more about on this channel in the coming weeks and months. During my entire time with the Harrisburg Symphony, I maintained an active private teaching studio and held adjunct professorships at Elizabethtown College and York College of Pennsylvania. And then I also filled in for my colleague Max Zorin at Penn State for a sabbatical that he took as professor of violin there, and then accepted professor of Galamian violin studies at Cleveland State University, where I began teaching this past fall. So that's a little bit about my background. I also taught at my uncle's music programs in Denmark for many, many years, 11, 12 years, and taught students including 2 prize winners from Carl Nielsen competition, 1 Queen Elizabeth winner, Nikolai Snyder, and many other fantastic Scandinavian students. I'm half Danish and half Indian. That's the connection to Denmark. And my uncle, the late Anker Boek, studied with Ivan Galamian from 1959 to 1964 at the same time as Kyang Wha-chung, Pinka Zuckerman, Donald Wallerstein, Itzhak Perlman, a sort of golden age of students of Mr. Galamian's at a time when he was not much older than I am now, interestingly. So yeah, this is really welcoming you back and just giving you a little bit of my background. I'm very passionate about teaching. I love helping artists at all levels realize just how infinite our ability is to do more than we think. And that is one of the main driving forces behind creating this channel. I hope you will stay with us and look forward to welcoming you to the very next video that's coming up shortly. Stay with me. Bye.